Here we go. All right, welcome race fans. Another edition of the Northwest Race Report. My name's Terry Bridges. Hey, we got a cool show tonight. I'm going to say we might have to go a little bit longer tonight just because of all the information we've got to cover. But in the house, man, I'm excited to say with us tonight, he's going to be here to answer some of those questions because I know there's a lot of them. Mr. Doug Hugler from Hugler Racing Engines. He's going to be here answering some of the questions on the EVO stuff and anything else Rotax that you might have. Welcome to the show, Doug.
I'm glad to be here, Terry. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, are you still on the Rotax Tech Committee? Or were you were a part of that, correct?
Early on I was. I'm not currently on with the Tech Committee there. I still am with Tag USA, though.
Awesome. So that's just to let you know that Mr. Hugler, he knows what's going on. Big shout out to my man, the Hitman Ryan Diotti, checking in. Appreciate that, Hitman. He'll be. We've got a lot of info on the UAS stuff tonight. Some really cool stuff. In the news, the National Karting League, they're down in Florida. They're looking for racer input. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have ever heard that before, but here you've got a series that's actually asking you for your input. They say this is a racer series, and they really want the racers to make the final decisions on class, on tires. I mean, here's what I say. I say, hallelujah. I mean, finally, we've got some people here that are actually going to listen to the racers. What's your take on that, Doug?
That doesn't happen very often in the karting community.
Absolutely not. And so if you wanted more information, not that any of us are going to go down here to Florida to the National Karting League, but still, it's just it's exciting news that just maybe will be, the racer's going to get heard. And like Doug said, it's not enough, and it doesn't happen very often. We're going to also be talking to, there's some American Muscle Cart, the Unlimited All-Stars. They've announced their UAS Grand National site. The actual Grand National Committee. Now, and we'll get more to that later. There's a lot of stuff on the UAS. But the committee has picked Route 68 Raceway, and that's in Mount Orab, Ohio. And if you want more information to see the track, what's going to happen, how things are going to go down, you can go to Route68Raceway.com. And that's the site for the 2015 American Muscle Cart Unlimited All-Stars Grand Nationals. So it's nice to see they've moved it. I hear rumor that 2017 might be out here on the West Coast. We'll have to wait and see. If anything, it would I would have to say probably be Phoenix. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be where my guess would be. You guys can chime in and let me know. There is a chat thing down the bottom, so hit on the chat. You can send us your questions. Please, if you've got Rotax questions about the new EVO stuff, you need to chime in your questions because we've got Doug Hugler here, Hugler Racing Engines, and he's going to be answering a lot of these questions for you. So if you've got some concerns and remember, these are opinions. There's nothing dyed in the wool, but still you're going to get the straight shot about what he thinks things are going to go and how it's going to happen. So chime in, have your questions there, and send them up here on the chat. The K&N series, for all of you stock car people out there, I'm a big stock car fan. I love the late models. I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but I do love the late models. The K&N series is giving the Northwest some love, some real love. They're going to be at State Line Speedway on July 11th. Now, NASCAR just announced this schedule for 2015. They're going to be at State Line Speedway on July the 11th, Evergreen on August 15th, and then Meridian Speedway on September 5th. in my eyes, that's a big shot in the arm for the West Coast. We don't get a whole lot of stuff, and frankly, everybody thinks we don't have very good drivers. So we got some of the best in the business. I mean, Gary Lewis, Garrett Evans. I mean, just to name a couple. I mean, there's a ton of them out there. So I mean, you've also got some of the female phenoms: Nicole Behar, Molly Helmuth. What's the other one's name? Oh shoot! I knew I was going to do that. I'll think of it. If you know it, shout. I don't mean to forget her. She's a former go-karter as well, but Nicole Behar has been killing it. And quite frankly, if she was a guy, she would probably be back east somewhere running, which I think is somewhat criminal, but that's okay. She's very good. She's proven it time and time again. Set a track record at Hermiston against the boys. So it's going to be interesting, and it's good to see that it comes out here to the West. So, again, it's State Line on the 11th, the Evergreen Speedway on August 15th, and the Meridian Speedway on September 5th. We've got some karters that are still involved. Stafford Smith may be running a late model. I know that Luke Selican may be running a late model. And I just got a pretty interesting note. The Grand National is going to be a yellow Vega. That's the rumor right now. Nothing dyed in the wool. So keep that in mind. Vega yellows. I remember 2010 up at the Quarter Midget Grands. It was a pretty awesome tire. Yeah, her name's not Hannah Newhouse though, Tim and Joe. She's from up in this area, in the Seattle area. Gosh darn it! I wish I should have maybe done my homework a little bit better. But anyway, we've got also. I wanted to mention one of the kids that went down. He won a Duffy this year down at the Grand Nationals. His name's Austin Ray Chalman. He is going to do some testing, and I just stumbled across the series thanks to his dad, David. But for some of you, this could be a big deal. And Doug, chime in on this if let me know what you think on this. But it's called the Formula 600 Challenge Series, and it's through SCCA, and they've hooked up with Honda, and they've got an affordable Formula car, and then they're running Honda 600cc engines. And basically, their purpose in this was to have something that didn't have the huge financial budgets, but it allowed you to showcase some of your driving talent. There's a website you can go to, www.formula600challengeseries.com. I don't know. I think that is kind of a cool deal. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get manufacturers behind young drivers to be able to showcase their talents, that anytime you do that, that's a fantastic thing.
Absolutely. But the whole question is, I guess at this point, would be what is, I guess, breaking the bank or the financial burden there. Everybody's got a different deal. I mean, hopefully, I think everybody knows going in it's going to be a little bit expensive, but if it's somewhat reasonable, that's what it takes anymore. Is you got to have a wallet full of money. And I don't know what you think on this either, but I think that's kind of backwards. It used to be if you had talent, you got opportunities. Now, if you don't have money, it's pretty much you don't get a shot.
Well, it's that way in the even in F1. So you got a lot of guys that have money that probably don't have the talent to be there, but they got the financial backing. There's guys that have been running for a couple of years now. So I know there's quite a few karters I'd rather see in the seat than some of them guys. They haven't even got a point, and they're still running.
I agree. I mean, we've got some karters here that probably deserve. I mean, Joey Wimsett being one of them. I mean, how does that guy not get a ride? I mean, hello. Anyway, moving on to Excel Racing. Those of you that are big into the karting scene up here in the Northwest, Jason Hall, he's the new importer for the Velox chassis, and he is sponsoring the Winter Series. It's a 4-race series at PGP. I've only been to PGP once. I know Doug's been there, and he's going to be here. It's great that he's here because he's been to every one, but it's a 4-race series. But here's the cool thing. It's the LO206 and the World Formula 4-cycle. So basically it's a 4-cycle thing. I don't think they can run 2-strokes there. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, but what they're saying is they're going to give you $50 off of your entry fee if you bring somebody new to race. I mean, that should be some incentive. You got to know somebody or one person that's got a cart that hasn't been. Bring them. You get $50 off your entry. And then they're going to be giving away some great, cool prizes on the podium. So you got to go to be there. But it's a 4-race series. It starts January 4th. And you can go to xlracing.com or you can go to PGP, the website there. And for more information on that, to find out what the entry fees are. I don't know. What do you know what the entry fees are?
I do, but I don't remember. I just hand them a card and they hand it back to me. So.
Well, and how is the show up there? Is it pretty good?
It's tight. It's really tight. It's a good show. You have to go there prepared. Don't go up there thinking you got a lot of time in between your races because you don't have a lot of time. They get the show off. They say it starts at 9. It starts at 9. There's an hour's worth of practice, and then it goes right into qualifying. There's a 15-minute rental session that goes right into your first heat, another 15-minute rental session, right into your second heat, 15-minute rental session, right into your racing. Out of there by 1 o'clock at the latest.
Wow, that's pretty smoking. Now, are you driving a 206, or have you just been there with Craig doing your thing there?
No, I've been up there running the LO206.
Awesome.
In the Masters class. Craig's been running the senior class.
That had to be a pretty good find for you. I mean, I don't think you just stumbled on him. You must have known him for a while, but I mean that so far that seems to be a pretty good working relationship for Hugler Racing Engines.
Yeah, Craig and his dad, they've been fantastic to work with. They come up and they help in the shop all the time. And if you need anything in the trailer, Craig knows exactly where it's at because he's basically the one been putting it all away. So it's been good. It has some good showings with him. We're having a fantastic time. So
that's what it's all about. I mean, he had some fantastic runs last year. He won both days of the Rotex deal. He won $800 in a weekend. My question: did you see any of that $800?
Did I see any of it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well,
no, that's not true. I did.
I believe it. But yeah, it's great stuff. So that's a good deal. Craig Collins is quite a driver. Are you guys planning on doing some big stuff this season, or is it going to be just similar to last year?
No, I think we're going to be doing quite a few of the races down there at the Pat's Acres. We'll be fielding some stuff down there. Probably do some of the Gold Cup. Not exactly sure which races. The Can-Am, we'll be hitting the Can-Am as well.
You'll do all 4 of those?
I think we're going to try to hit all 4 of the Can-Am this year.
I think that's a good deal. And I mean, it went down to 4 races. I don't know if that's I don't know that that's a sign of anything bad, but I mean, I think 4 is enough, don't you?
That's been 4 since the Can-Am started.
Okay.
So they haven't had more than that. It's a total 8 race.
That's true because they replaced Tri-Cities with, was it Medford now?
With Medford this year, that's correct.
So that should be an interesting thing. Still on the karting scene, Jake Craig, those of you who are, speaking of Can-Am and Rotax, he just signed with Formula K and Race Lab. So the standout Can-Am wheelman and Grand National champion is now a factory driver. What's your take on that, Doug?
I think he's going to do really well up there. I like the Rickmans from the Race Lab up here. I think it's going to be a good fit for him, and hopefully they'll be able to move some product with his help.
Absolutely, that's cool. And in my opinion, very deserving Jake Craig. I mean, hardworking kid, real personable kid, and I mean he's just going to be a good representative for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a real professional at the racetrack. Holds him